Welcome back to Chapter 4, Buying and Selling. This is my second lesson on the topic of markup and markup rate. Last time, we talked about retail price, cost, and markup. Let us review the meaning of these terms. Retail price is the price at which a retail business sells their goods and services. The cost is the amount of money the retail business paid to acquire the goods, or it is the amount of money it pays an employee for serving a customer. Markup is the amount of money a retail business adds to the cost to set the retail price. These are the equations that describe these things. So we can look at markup as something that you add to cost to produce the retail price. In which case, you can look at markup as the difference between the retail price and the cost. Markup rate. We can look at markup rate in three ways. We can look at it as a ratio of the markup to the cost. And it is often convenient to write ratios as a fraction. It is a factor multiplied to the cost to set the markup. It is the portion of the cost that is added to the cost to set the retail price. This being said, we can write the markup rate in these ways. You can write it as a percent, a decimal number, or a fraction. So let's say, for example, your family owns a retail business, a sari-sari store, and every now and then you help in the family business by staying there inside the store and helping out as a salesman. Among the many things that your store sells is egg or trays of eggs. And you know that your father or your mother maybe pays 180 pesos for each tray of eggs that a poultry farm delivers to your store. But one day, Mr. Incredible Hulk came into the town and he went there to your store and wishes to buy one tray of eggs. But the problem is you don't know the retail price. Okay? You know how much your family paid for one tray of eggs, but you cannot recall, or maybe you honestly don't know the retail price. And so you would ask your dad, "Hey dad, what is the markup?" Okay? Because you now know what the markup means. But usually dads and mothers who own businesses, they don't tell you the markup. What they tell you is the markup rate. And so let's say, for example, your dad says, "Hey son, give it a markup rate of 30%. So what will you do now? You will multiply 0.30. Okay, so that is the decimal equivalent of 30%. You will multiply 0.30 to 180. And the product is the markup, 54 pesos. And you will add this to the cost to produce the retail price. And so the retail price per tray of eggs is 234 pesos. And you will give Mr. Incredible Hulk here his tray of eggs. Again, we can look at the markup rate in three ways: as a ratio, as a factor or multiplier, and as a portion of the cost that you add to the cost to set the retail price. And we can write this as percent, as a decimal number, or as a fraction. This is how we define markup rate using math equations. Markup rate is equal to markup over cost. We can look at markup rate as a factor that we multiply to the cost to set the markup. We can also look at the markup rate as a portion of the cost that we add to the cost to set the retail price. Now pay attention to the last equation because we can simplify this. We can factor out cost. Retail price is equal to 1 plus the markup rate times cost. So in our previous example, the markup rate is 30%. As a decimal number, we can write it as 0.30, and as a fraction, we can write it as 3/10. Let us answer some problems in exercise 4.1, markup and markup rate. Let S be the selling price in pesos, C the cost of the goods in pesos, M sub U the markup, and M sub R the markup rate. Find the value of the indicated variables. Letter A. The cost is 1,500 pesos and the markup is 800 pesos. Find the markup rate and the selling price. Letter B. The cost is 2,750 pesos and the selling price is 4,000 pesos. Find the markup and the markup rate. Let us solve letter A. We know that the markup rate is equal to the markup over cost. So this is 800 pesos divided by 1,500 pesos. And it is equal to 8/15 or 0.53. In percent, that is 53%. How about the selling price or the retail price? S is equal to the markup plus the cost. That is how we set the retail price. We add the markup to the cost. So it's going to be 800 plus 1,500 pesos, and that is 2,300 pesos. Letter B. We know that the retail price is markup plus cost. This means that the markup is equal to the selling price minus cost. Markup is equal to 4,000 minus 2,750 pesos, and it is equal to 1,250 pesos. What about the markup rate? The markup rate is equal to the markup over the cost. So here, it's equal to 1,250 divided by 2,750. The common factor is 250, and so markup rate is equal to 5/11. In decimal form, that is 0.45. Well, it is actually a non-terminating but repeating decimal number. I rounded it to the nearest hundredths digit, so it's 0.45. As percent, that is 45%. The markup rate is 45%.